All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to break down machine learning for data analytics, but without all the crazy jargon. We're cutting through the noise to get to what really matters for you.
So let's be honest for a sec. When you hear the term machine learning, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of people, it's this super intimidating, complicated thing, kind of out of reach, right?
Well, I'm here to tell you that's probably the biggest myth in our field right now. Seriously. The actual idea behind it, it's way, way simpler than you've been led to believe.
But here's the thing. Just because it's not some impossible puzzle doesn't mean you can afford to look the other way. In fact, choosing to just stick with what you know.
Yeah, that's actually really dangerous. Our whole industry is shifting under our feet, you know? And if you're not paying attention to this shift, you're going to get left behind. So we have got to get a handle on this, like right now.
So to really get where we're heading, we kind of have to look at where we've been. And this isn't just a minor update, folks. It's a massive leap. From just looking at the past to actually predicting the future.
Think about it. For so long, our job in analytics has been like driving while staring in the rearview mirror, right? We're always trying to figure out what happened. We're manually digging through data, looking for trends. Well, machine learning completely flips that script. It takes your eyes off the rearview and puts them on the road ahead. It's designed to find those sneaky patterns on its own at a scale we just can't manage, and then use that to tell us what's likely to happen next.
Okay, so what is this thing, really? What is machine learning? Let's just strip away all the hype and get right to the core of what makes it so darn powerful.
Here's the simplest definition you're gonna get. It's a way for computers to learn from data without you having to spell out every single rule. You know, instead of coding a million if this then that scenarios, you just let the system figure it out. That's the huge shift. It learns on its own.
And really, it boils down to just 3 basic steps. Seriously, this is how you can start thinking about it today. Step 1. You feed the system data. The more, the better. Step 2. It does all the hard work. It crunches through everything and finds patterns you'd probably miss. And finally, step 3. It uses what it learned to make a smart prediction or a decision. That's the basic loop. Simple, right?
All right, enough with the theory. Let's talk about the real world, because that's where it gets exciting. This is where you can see this stuff actually making a huge difference for businesses every single day.
So, in the world of data analytics, machine learning is awesome for a few key things. Prediction, classification, forecasting, and recommendations. These are kind of the big buckets of problems it's really, really good at solving. And here's what that actually looks like in practice. For instance, predicting customer churn, that's a classic classification problem. You're teaching the model to put customers into one of 2 buckets, gonna leave or gonna stay. Or how about detecting fraud? Same idea. You're classifying a transaction as fraud or not fraud. Forecasting next quarter's sales, that's where it predicts a specific number. And of course, recommending products. You've seen this a million times on Netflix or Amazon. That's all ML working behind the scenes.
And here's the bottom line, right? Machine learning can do all of this stuff way faster and honestly, a lot of the time, way better than a person can. It's just tireless, it can see patterns we miss, and it operates at a scale that is just mind-boggling.
Okay, let's shift gears and make this personal. What does all of this actually mean for you? As a data analyst, why should you care? This is the so what part. Now, this might sting a little, but I gotta be straight with you. If your day-to-day is still all about building dashboards and pulling historical reports, you're essentially living in the past. You're an expert on what already happened, not the person who's shaping what's going to happen.
Because the future of our job, and honestly, the present of our job, is all about these 3 things: prediction, automation, and decision intelligence. It's about being proactive, not reactive. And guess what? Machine learning is the engine that powers all 3.
I know what you might be thinking right now. Okay, this sounds cool, but it's just too technical, right? It feels like it's reserved for some genius with a PhD coding away in a dark room.
And that leads right to the next thought. It's not for me. I'm a data analyst, not a data scientist. Look, these thoughts, these fears, they're completely normal, but they're also the exact things that are holding so many talented analysts back.
So let me just say this as clearly as I possibly can. You do not need to be a data scientist. Seriously. The goal is not for you to go out and start building complex algorithms from scratch.
But what you do need is to understand how this stuff works. You need to be the one who can look at a business problem and say, hey, you know what? We could use machine learning for that. You need to be the translator, the person who connects the business needs with what's possible with this tech.
So at the end of the day, it really just comes down to this one question. Are you going to stay comfortable where you are in the world of looking backward? Or are you going to become the kind of future-ready analyst that, let me tell you, every company out there is scrambling to find right now?
Look, this isn't some far-off future we're talking about. This shift has already started. It's happening as we speak. The choice is really up to you. And if you want to stay ahead of it, then you're in exactly the right place. Stick with us in this series, and we'll figure it out together.